Hello, people of the internet. It is your boy Kishi Wishi, and today we're gonna talk about another very niche, a very questionable topic. This is me literally throwing you little babies. Yeah, we'll go with that. Me throwing you little babies a little bone. You know, your little sensitive little boys. You know, your little soft boys. Yeah, today I'm gonna talk about trans men. Yeah. Yeah, trust me, it's not gonna go in the direction that you're thinking. I feel like it since the dawn of 2014, when it comes on to trans issues, we've been disproportionately only focusing on trans women and trans women's issues. And respectfully, my brothers in Christ, or the Antichrist, I don't know what theology you guys subscribe to, but why is it that trans women get so much more attention compared to trans men? Because if you really think about it, biologically speaking, the focus should be more on trans men because they're biologically women, and you know, the entirety of society is based on catering to women, and then the men being the strong ones to take care of the business or whatever the hell it may be. And anyone who would like to disagree with that, you know, hey, I guess you like seeing women fucking struggle their entire lives just working, doing hard labor jobs, right? Like me saying the statement, oh, society is based on us catering to women and the strong men, you know, making that infrastructure. Like, if you disagree with that, like, no, dead ass, you like to see women suffer. You hate women if you disagree with that point. But yeah, I was just thinking, like, a trans man respectfully deserves infinitely more respect than a trans woman. And you know, I feel very brazen in talking about this from this angle, because think about it this way: a man who decides to transition into a woman, I'm not gonna disrespect you if you decided to do that yourself, and you know that is your identity, you know, all power to you. Like, I'm not a monster, you know. People want to do these different procedures and change their status in society, they're allowed to, because you know, it's not the fucking 17th century where whatever life you're born into, that's what you're stuck with, right? Like, it's 2026. If I want to cosplay as Teto, or like fucking, you know, if I want to dress up as Hatsune Miku, I have the right to do so. But yeah, if you're a man that transitions into a woman, I see you as a man who gave up on being a man, and you're just like, yeah, being a man is too hard. I think I should be a woman, and my life is going to be much easier. I'm going to be more aligned with my values, this and that. Like, I just think trans women are just men that gave up on being men. Now, the counter side, or the counter argument to that, trans men have the utmost respect from me. Why? You're telling me you were born as a woman, you're a girl. You have literally, from the moment you're born, the entirety of society, from the day you're born to the day you die, if you do your life right, society as a whole is in your favor. You're a girl. We don't hit women. You don't hit girls. You know, if chivalry wasn't dead in the modern day, you know, women get better treatment. Why is it, as a woman, you take it upon yourself, you know what? Fuck that girl shit. Fuck that girl bullshit. I ain't no pussy ass little girl. I'm a man. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna start wearing binders. Yeah, I want to play football with the boys. Girls can do whatever boys do. And you're like, wait, actually, you know what? Why just be a girl that can do what boys do when I can just become a boy? You know? And I believe it. Like, yeah, if you're a trans man, you deserve my fucking respect. The only thing, and this is a conversation that I was having with my girlfriend last night, but you know, she's a girl, so talking about these types of things, her default response is gonna be, oh, it's not affecting your life, so why do you have opinion on it? Nigga, there's a lot of things that don't affect your lives and we have opinions on it. Literally every single motherfucker that has a watermelon in their fucking Instagram bio, you literally have an opinion on something that does not affect you directly. Whatever the fuck is going on in that area of the world with Israel, Palestine, that literally has nothing to do with us in America, except for like our tax dollars going over there. That's where it matters. But like, you know, everything else, like, I'm not discrediting it. It's terrible what's going on over there. You know, the human suffering is always a bad thing, especially when it's being perpetuated in a way where it's unnecessary. Like, yeah, that sucks for them over there. But having an opinion on that, literally, my house isn't getting bombed. You know what I mean? So like, the argument, oh, you shouldn't have an opinion on something because it's not bothering you, falls flat when that is the case for a lot of people, especially like back in 2022 when we had the free Ukraine thing. But yeah, a weird opinion that I had, or I guess you could say an epiphany, is the bathroom issue when it comes to trans women. It's always, we don't want men in a woman's bathroom, this and that. And the whole thing of like, oh, are they pre-op or post-op? The thing with transitioning to a man, which I think is very fucking unfair for anyone that is a trans man, because I have had a friend in college who was a trans man, did not know they were a trans man until the girl that they were hooking up with spilled the beans. Like, bitch, shut the fuck up. Why are you telling me that nigga's business? Like, and I'm being so serious. The only reason why, and I'm being so dead ass, the only reason why I can tell when someone is kind of a trans man is because of their lips. Like, their lips are a little bit too plump or a little bit too soft. I'm just like, you used to be a girl, but your secret's safe with me. You know, kind of like that show with Amanda Bynes back in the early 2000s with Channing Tatum. Don't tell me or ask me what the name of it is. I'm probably going to put it up on screen. But the thing is, when you're transitioning from a woman to a man, no matter what, for some reason, we have discovered scientifically how to turn a man into a woman, like physically by, you know, doing the top surgery and then removing the penis and doing the little incision and setting it inside out. The only thing is, for the rest of your life, you need to like do like, what's it called when you're pregnant? When you're pregnant, you like deviate it a little bit. You have to like open it up each day. That's the only bad side of transitioning from a man to a woman. But then if you're a woman transitioning into a man, no matter what, you will never have a dick. You'll never have a penis. At most, you'll have that little weird thing where, you know, because you're on testosterone, the thing there, I'm not gonna say it because, you know, obviously I might get age restricted talking about it in depth. But like the thing that's already existing down there for women, it just gets a little bit bigger. And that is what your dick is, which that's kind of sad. And I just think, wow, the big 2026, these trans men still gotta sit down when they use the fucking toilet. That is such bullshit, and I feel for every single one of you trans niggas. Having a dick is actually pretty cool, especially when it does this little thing where it explodes when you see someone you like, right? Like, I feel so bad for my trans bros who will never, ever have that experience until there's someone who does a breakthrough in science. And this is a thing that is kind of a headcanon thing for me, but I think a lot of people would agree with it. And I think trans womanism, or the whole thing about trans women being the mainstay in society versus trans men being left on the wayside, is like a systemic thing to make men overall weaker. Because you're telling me you have all of these biologically like sound men deciding to transition into women, and then you have all of these women turning into men, but you're not fully doing it. So it's like a bunch of half-baked. Because like being a trans woman, like you could do all the good surgeries and stuff. Hell, you could be naturally good looking and fool a lot of people. But then being a trans man, it's like you have to do steroids. You have to do testosterone. You have to. Like, obviously the other way around, estrogen, all that jazz. But like literally the amount of estrogen that's in all of our food, it's really easy to transition to a woman versus the other way around. It's almost as if you're doing a fucking science experiment if you want to look a little bit more masculine, even as a naturally born man. But I always thought, how is it that no one's ever talked about the issues of trans men using the bathroom? Because I'm just thinking, if I was a girl who transitioned into a guy, I would still have the same anxieties that I would have as a woman going into the men's bathroom. Because I don't care what anybody says, people are fucking weird. If I was a trans man, I'm going into a bathroom, I would be fearing for my life, because I would just subconsciously be thinking, there are weird motherfuckers out here who, just because they know I have a vagina, they would try to fuck me. Like, that's what I'm thinking. Like, for the trans man experience in the bathroom, what is that like? I feel like that's something no one ever thinks about, because like, oh, they're men now. And it's like one of those things where it's a double standard in society, that being a woman just gave you this special protected class that no one can ever fucking question. But then if you're a woman transitioning into a man, it's kind of like, yup, that's it, bro. You're a man now. We're going to treat you accordingly. And then you see how differently men and women get treated. And I think that is almost the only way for a woman to actually get like a first-hand experience of being a man, is either parading around as one or transitioning into one. Because when it's the other way around and you're a trans man becoming a trans woman, I feel like you don't necessarily get the same exact privileges, or if you do get the same privileges, it's fake. It's fake. Or you probably don't know. But 9 times out of 10, if you're a trans woman, people are talking shit about you behind your back. Even if you're really good looking, like, what was that one? I forgot her name, but she was like, and I'm even saying her because respectfully, I think her name was like Blair White or something, the ultra conservative but trans, like people like that. I'm just like, holy shit, they look almost 1-to-1 like a woman. But the fact that somebody knows you used to be a dude, you will always be scrutinized. eyes. But then when it's a woman transitioning into a man, you're just fucking invisible, not invincible. So with that being said, I just hope this video gives you a little bit of a different perspective on me. I'm not just this alt-right fucking right-wing, I hate all gays type of person. Respectfully, I don't give a fuck what you put in your butt or what you put wherever else on your body. Just keep that shit to yourself, right? Don't try to tell other people, hey, you know, you should, no, shut the fuck up, nigga. I know what I like. I know what I like on my butt, in my around. Like, you don't need to tell me what I should do, nigga. And don't try to fuck me as well. That is it. If you want to be a Stegosaurus Rex, go ahead and do that. Just don't expect people to treat you as such outside of your own circles, which is basically me just saying, live your life however you want to live it. Just know once you get out of your specific circle, you can't expect everyone to cater to you. So if you want to live a comfortable life and do the bullshit that you believe inside your head, make sure you stay in those fucking circles, because sooner or later, the real world is gonna wake you the fuck up and you're gonna be like, damn, maybe I shouldn't have done this. More food for thought. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. I hope you guys had a good time. Tell me how the mic quality is. I recorded all of this inside of my car while on my shift at work on break. And I will see you in the next one. Don't forget to follow me on my Twitch, my Instagram, my TikTok, and you will see me more over there in my streams. And we have a fun time over there. Anyways, peace. Be good people. Love y'all.
$100,000
for 1,000.
Whenever I come back with my arthritis
but like
gone.
you don't remember it. You don't remember it.
I don't care.
Wait, so I have a question. So the 1,000 years of torture is that just like being forced to listen to like Republican rap music?